Hello my lovely Leos, and a very warm welcome to your 2020 to 2021 annual horoscope. As you may have heard from many other astrologers out there, 2020 is a very big year. Usually we have 4 eclipses in a year. 2020 will have 6 eclipses, and we're moving into an age now of great possibility for transformation, for a rebirth of you. So these aspects at this time of this year for you Leos are going to be really strong. You're going to be able to revitalize all areas of your life. Yes, there may be some areas that might need to crumble and go. You may need to release, let go of things that aren't working for you. And yes, you're a fixed sign, and sometimes that's not so easy. But boy, if you are ready to let go of things that are just no longer for your highest good, and you know it in your soul that that's true, then you'll find that so many new and wonderful things will manifest in your life. So let me break the year down for you. It starts off on January the 10th with a lunar eclipse happening here in your 12th house. And on January the 12th, we've got Saturn and Pluto coming to sit together. So we've got an activation of this 12th, 6th houses going on for you at the beginning of this year. So the flavour of this very much, Leos, is first of all looking at your physical health, your physical well-being. Are you taking care of yourself? Do you need to make any structural changes? Saturn and Pluto are often about simplifying. What are the 3 most important things to do with your physical well-being that you know you need to do? And can you just release the rest? It's also an opportunity for some great transformation as far as your work is concerned. Maybe it's time to end a particular career. Maybe it's time to add some new skills to continue working and really to use your determination and great power that you have. You're a very powerful sign, Leos. When you get in touch with it, there's nothing that you can't achieve. So it's really about in some ways, maybe digging your heels in and saying, I'm not giving up. I'm carrying on, even if this is appearing to be difficult, I'm going to put the effort in and I'm going to find the success that I want in my career, in my work. It's also an opportunity to look at ways in which you want to contribute to others, to help in some way, to be of service. The lunar eclipse in the 12th has everything to do with retreating from the outer world and looking at your internal world and making sure you get time for you, some peaceful moments where you really can reflect and contemplate and then go out in the world and do all your active stuff again. So it's finding that balance. You may also find a great interest in the spiritual arises in you. Astrology, tarot, numerology, psychology, all these things may become of more interest to you. The metaphysical field, that which you can't see and touch with your 5 senses, but awakening your other senses. On March 22nd until July 2nd, we've got Saturn coming into your relationship house. And Saturn in the relationship house gives you an opportunity to really strengthen an existing relationship, maybe to restructure your whole love life generally and your one-on-one relationships. You may find that a relationship needs to end, or a behavior pattern within a relationship needs to end. But if you've been working on a relationship with Saturn there, you may find, yes, it becomes closer and more committed. April 4th, June 20th, November 12th. And may I also say at the end of the video, most of the dates that I'm talking about are in a big list at the end, so you don't really need to make notes unless you of course want to. But on those dates, Jupiter will conjunct Pluto in this sixth house. Jupiter and Pluto together can bring great wealth, riches, abundance. It can bring an opportunity for great healing. You may also be able to heal others with great alchemical powers. So it goes both ways. You can work also on your physical body and bringing your emotions, anything that's been fearful to you that you've been avoiding, may come out, but also may be released so that you're free and you feel fitter and better than you've felt in years. And it can also bring you some very good fortune as far as your work is concerned. May the 13th to June 25th, we've got Venus retrograde in your 11th. This could bring an old friend or friendship back into your life. Could be an old lover, maybe for a healing opportunity. It's a time to reassess your social life. Is it bringing you pleasure? Are you enjoying being with the people that are in your social life? Is it time for some change there? Would you like more people in your life? And if so, what kinds of people? Well, Venus is retrograde. It's not the best time for getting into a new relationship, but it can be a really good time for deepening an existing one. June the 4th, we have got a lunar eclipse happening in your 5th house, and June 21st, a solar eclipse happening in this 12th. So the 12th house quite activated this year by eclipses for you, really reminding you, lovely Leos, to take time for you. Alone time, peaceful time, in nature, with animals if you love animals, by the sea, writing journals, getting in tune with your intuition, your psychic voice that's speaking to you all the time that you might not want to listen to, but by the middle of the year there's some opening, something gets activated. It can be very exciting, especially if you'll take the time out to be with yourself. And here the lunar eclipse in the 5th, igniting your creative inspiration, maybe doing something entrepreneurial, doing something artistic, and really bringing that out in you. Saturn goes back into the 6th house from July 2nd to December 7th, activating once again, asking you to look at your daily habit patterns. What are you doing that's serving you? And what are you doing that's really not making you feel good, not enlivening you, not giving you energy? So it might be time to just look at your diet and your exercise and those practical things once again. And September the 9th until November the 13th, we've got Mars going retrograde. So Venus and Mars retrograde this year. So when Mars is retrograde, it's important to look at how you use your energy. It's not the best time for starting new projects, but it's a good time for finishing up ones that have really already been in motion. Mars retro in the 9th suggests you might want to look at your higher education. What is there that you'd like to learn, to study, to deepen your knowledge? And then maybe after Mars goes direct, which is November 13th, you're going to share that knowledge. You might publish your book at that time. Very good time for editing, for thinking about deep issues, maybe for going on a retreat, a spiritual retreat, or to a place that you've never been to before. This would be a really good thing to do with that Mars retro. Then on November the 30th, we've got a lunar eclipse happening in your 11th, December 14th, a solar eclipse in the 5th. So we've got this activation of the 11th and 5th houses, which has to do with your creative ability, your talents. Goodness gracious, Leos, you are super talented. Time to dig out some of those gifts that bring you joy. What brings you pleasure? And if you don't know, then make yourself a long list of the things that you enjoy. Begin to activate that muscle. And here the lunar eclipse joining Venus there in the 11th, shining a light on the people you mix with. Who is influencing you? Who are you influencing? And do you want to extend that social circle? And how can you do it? Shining a light on the things you're happy with and the things that you're maybe not so happy with, so that you make those changes. Eclipses always catalyze change. And on December the 17th, we have got Saturn coming into the 7th, and on December the 20th, Jupiter joining this relationship area. So stimulation once again in the relationships, an opportunity to create a very good business relationship with someone, but also a loving relationship. Could even be a marriage that comes up, or the potential of a marriage. It's time for looking at what your rules are in a relationship. Do you need to loosen up a little? And here with Jupiter joining the party at the end of the year, an opportunity really to meet somebody new and somebody special. So I thank you very much for listening. You might want to have a personal reading, maybe with some astrology and some channeling, about what this year has in store for you and how you can make best use of its energies. In the meantime, thank you for liking, if you like the video, commenting, sharing and subbing. Bye for now.